this past weekend felt like fall for the first time here in North Carolina. Later in the week, it's going to be back up into the upper 80s, but that glimpse of fall got me in the mood. So today, I thought I would share with you a few of my favorites that I've been enjoying during these fall months. Now, if you've been around for a while, you know that I am from Indiana. And so in the part of the state I grew up in was an area not far. It was famous for its leaves, and people would come from all over to look at the foliage. To me, fall is beautiful leaves, cool weather, marching band in the evenings, that sort of thing. And that is not at all what fall feels like here. However, I try to still recreate that in my home. And before I share my favorites, I would love to know what you are enjoying this fall, whether it's fall-ish or not. I'd love to know what you're enjoying. Leave me a comment down there. I've got a few different fall favorites, and none of them relate to homeschool stuff. So if you only are here for homeschool stuff, I appreciate stopping by. Stay tuned for the next video. But for those of you who are here for those other things, the rest of our homeschool life, things you might talk about in the break room, let's chat. So one of the first things that I am enjoying this fall are a new brand of candles. This one is cider, apple cider, but the company is called Woodfire Candle Company, and they are out of Minnesota. I learned about these over in one of the Facebook groups I'm in, the Sort of Awesome Hangout, which is from the Sort of Awesome podcast. So if you don't listen to that podcast, you should. And if you do listen to the podcast and aren't in the Facebook group, you should be. So anyway, the ones I got were the small jar candles because I wanted to try out a few different scents, because these candles are on the more pricey side compared to candles like Yankee and the other big brands. They are handmade candles, and they're soy based with wood wicks. Soy wasn't the main reason that I chose these. I tend to have less breathing reaction problems with soy candles, but not always. It really varies by the scent. None of the ones I got bothered me. Anyway, these candles smell so good, and they burn really, really well. So I got this one's pumpkin peppercorn, which I wasn't sure what that was going to be like. It's think kind of a pumpkin spice type of scent, but not sweet. It smells really good. And then the cider one, we really like it. We have not, this one's, that may not be cider. Oh, that's orange, orange clove. This one is cider, mulled cider, and we have not burnt it yet. But yeah, they burn really well. They come in cute little jars, these do. They have lots of different sizes. I think they may have melts as well, wax melts. But I am really enjoying these. Like I said, they are on the more expensive side, but they smell really good. They burn really well. They have some unique scents that you're not going to find in other candle companies. And I like supporting small businesses. So we will still supplement with other candles. In fact, we went to the Yankee Candle Store this weekend over in Raleigh, but I'm also going to plan to buy more of these. The scents that they listed were all fall and winter scents. I don't know if they really change their scents, like come spring, if they have scents that aren't quite so heavy smelling, but I'll find out. I will plan to look for these for a winter scent order as well. I'm hoping that they'll go on sale for Black Friday. Another thing that I am liking a lot, I actually got this in my FabFitFun box last fall, and I didn't use them until this year. I don't know why, I didn't. Anyway, it's by the company VOESH, I don't know how to pronounce it honestly. Mine came in a 2-pack set, but you can buy them on Amazon in like a one-time thing. It's a 4-step pedicure set called Pedi in a Box. On Amazon, depending on what scent you get, they're $6 to $7, and then they have them on subscribe and say, man, I've got word problems today, for about $5.50. So if you wanted to try them out for a little less, go for that. On their website, though, they have a lot more scents than what they have on Amazon. So in it, you'll get 4 little packets. The first one is a salt soak, then there's a sugar scrub, then a mud mask for your feet, and then massage butter. And this butter is fantastic stuff. And this is the pumpkin spice scent. And it is not a sweet pumpkin either. I like that sweet pumpkin spice smell, but in very limited quantities. I really prefer a more spicy than sweet. Is this the best pedicure of your life? No. Is it a fun treat at home? Yes. For the price, I think it's worth it if you're not doing like weekly pedicure type things. If you are, well then maybe you want to go ahead and splurge on nicer stuff anyway. But yeah, these are really good. I am going to plan to put these on Subscribe and Save for me and put them to arrive every month. Next on my list is a show that just started back up over on PBS called The Midwife. If you have not watched Called The Midwife before, I think it is one of the best shows in general, but especially for fall, winter. It is a delightfully cozy show, and I don't know how to really describe that other than it is. Like, it's just this warm show that's complex and full of emotion, but not drama, tackles real issues that were present in the 1960s, but also it's funny. It has a lot of light moments. It's not heavy. You won't walk away from it like feeling drained like you get with some medical shows. If you don't know anything about the show other than the name, it is a group of midwives set in London in the 1960s. About half or so of the midwives are nuns and the other ones are not. Their house is called the Nun House, and they are an order who are called to help women. And it is good. It does not shy away from the realities of the 1960s and childbirth and the things that come with that sometimes. But it's not graphic. It's not too heavy, like I said. It's just a delightful show. Depending on the ages of your kids, I think it's totally appropriate for kids. My youngest is 11, and he was watching it with me this week, and I didn't have any qualms with it. Anyway, new season just started. The other seasons are on Netflix, and I think on PBS's app as well. So if you haven't watched it, I absolutely encourage you to go back and watch them. The Christmas specials I save and rewatch every December, and they are delightful. If you are watching the current season, I would love to know what you think down below. Next up are 2 playlists that I am really enjoying over on Spotify. We have Alexa devices, and I have them set up that in the afternoon, dinner time, I have them playing a couple different playlists depending on the day. One is called Crisp Autumn Classics, and I will leave the links for all of these things down there. And the other one is called Grab Your Cider Mug. The Crisp Autumn Classics one it's a mix of newer songs, but a lot are classic songs, older songs. The Grab Your Cider Mug are ones that have, I think the original list was from 2018. So recent-ish, a lot of them are. Some of them were older. Most of them are not songs that I know. I don't listen to a lot of music anymore. But it's really good. I just enjoy the playlist. They're cozy and yeah, they're great playlists. And it wouldn't be favorites with me if I didn't include a few recipes. So there are 3 that I am really enjoying this fall. One is an old classic that we've used for years, and it's a Parmesan orzo. And I will link the original recipe, but basically you take butter, saute some garlic in it. Meanwhile, you are cooking orzo, which, if you don't know what orzo, it's just like a tiny pasta. It looks like rice. You combine them with Parmesan, and it calls for milk. I sometimes use milk and I sometimes don't. It is just a really easy side dish. It pairs well like as a side, or mix it in with some chicken and veggies, more of a salad on the go type dinner. Super easy. It reheats really well. So I make a pan and we eat it over several days. It's just easy side dish. Another one that is new to our family is, it comes from, it's called Passion for Pennies, and it's a Trader Joe hack recipe for stuffed bell pepper soup. So their version of it is you buy Trader Joe's bell pepper tomato soup. It comes in one of those big cartons. Cook some ground beef and then cook white rice, or you can buy Trader Joe's sometimes in their freezer section has already cooked white rice or brown rice, or you can use like an instant rice, whatever. Basically, you just throw it all together, warm it up. I made it last week for the first time. I added some extra chicken broth because I had just made some, and it was really good. Now, of myself and the 4 kids, I really liked it. One of my kiddos liked it. One said he would eat it, but he didn't want it then. So that kind of tells me that he probably won't. And then my daughter said that she prefers my homemade recipe. For me, I will absolutely make it again. It was good. It made a sizable amount. I can reheat it well. However, I will say this: if you're not going to eat it all at once, don't put the rice in the soup. That rice just soaks up the liquid. Like right now, it looks like a stew almost in my refrigerator, the leftovers. So to make it again, if I wasn't going to serve the whole thing, I would cook the white rice and keep it in a separate container and then just add it as I warm it up. The last one is a recipe called Chai Spice Pancake. And this recipe, I thought for sure that I had shared it as a cook with me video, but I can't find it. So maybe I never did, or maybe I taped it and just never actually edited it. So I will leave the link to the recipe itself, not to the video, but it is so good. It, again, is just a warm, cozy food. It comes from King Arthur flour. It's got a really nice spice to it without being really sweet, and without any one flavor overpowering it. But it's got, if you've never had chai, it has a definite, I don't know how to describe it, just like this warm coziness that comes to the mouth, which sounds so weird, I know, but it's true. It's just a delightful pancake. I will be making it. I haven't made it yet this season. I realized it already in the second week of October, and I've barely made any fall foods. I think that's part of the problem with fall feeling of fall coming so late here in North Carolina, that my fall season is rather short. Don't forget to check the links down below. I'll see you in the next video.